others.
All right. All right. That intro never gets old. All right.
Nope.
So for this week's Hunter's Hard Drive, we're going to be talking about a show that I absolutely loved when it came out, and I still do. I can't wait for season 2. It's 2022's Peacemaker, which is written and directed by James Gunn of Guardians fame and Suicide Squad, the 2021 film. Starring John Cena, Danielle Brooks, Freddie Stroma, Chukwudi, Iwuji, Jennifer Holland, Steve Agee, I think that's how it is, and Robert Patrick. Agee, okay. Excuse me, Steve. I'm so sorry. Steve Agee and Robert Patrick, which, let me say, got raving reviews all across social media. I don't know what the hell they're called, but IMDb gave it an 8.3, Rotten Tomatoes 94% fresh, and 91% of Google users also really liked it. I also really liked it. I thought it was very refreshing and very. It didn't take itself very seriously because the humor is a little different than what we're used to in terms of TV nowadays. I really liked it. James Gunn has, some really good qualities that bring out these movies and shows. And I want to hear what you guys thought about season 1 of Peacemaker. Steven, let's start with you.
I loved it. I would definitely save it to the hard drive. I wasn't, I was a little apprehensive when I found out that a Peacemaker show was coming out. Even after even after seeing Suicide Squad 2, I was like, he's a really cool character, surprisingly good actor, John Cena, but I still didn't know where the show would go. After watching just the first episode, I was hooked.
Yeah.
I mean, after watching the opening credits, the opening scene, I'm hooked.
Let's talk about that for a second. Yeah. The opening credits is probably one of the best opening credit dances that we've ever seen in TV. I don't know if everyone agrees, but that's what I think personally. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steven. Keep going.
I was confused when I'm watching. I got to admit, the first time I'm like, "What is happening?" As I'm watching the intro, but then the second show, the third show, you start appreciating it, and it grows on you.
So did you hear? So James Gunn had said he made that intro on purpose that way, so it would be unskippable. And it kind of is.
Mission accomplished.
I don't think I never skipped it.
I've never skipped it. I've never skipped it.
Because I laugh so freaking hard every time. Like, you just watch it.
I think we should learn that dance and do it Thriller style at a con next time. All of us in armor.
I'm not embarrassed to say that I've learned the dance.
It's not happening.
Oh, well, there you go. I've tried, but I failed.
You guys can do that in your Lord of the Flies costumes.
Crosshair, you can go with the Empire when we do that. But yeah, so Steven?
No, I mean, I thought it was a great episode, or a great season. Adebayo was probably my favorite character out of the show. Danielle Brooks, I had not been fortunate enough to see anything that she's acted in before, but she was just, for me, she was the breakout star of the show. Not to mention, I mean, John Cena he pulled drama out of nowhere.
Yeah, because that show gets very deep and emotional and kind of tugs at the heartstrings a bit in certain spots. Which is perfect James Gunn,
because James Gunn has the MO of taking really, really bad characters, like bad people, and humanizing them and giving them a storyline that develops them into something that you actually care about. I mean, look at Rocket, right? Rocket Raccoon. Look at Bloodsport. Look at
from Suicide,
right, and then Peacemaker.
And that's what you get. And that's what you get because in Suicide Squad he comes off kind of
Yondu.
Yeah.
I love me Yondu.
In Suicide Squad he comes off kind of not very favorable, but in this season he kind of completely redeems himself and you end up loving the character and all the other characters. So
not to mention that we have a Star Wars connection with Kevin Kiner doing the music.
Oh, really? I didn't catch that.
Yes, and our very own D. Bradley Baker, Bad Batcher, played the voice of Eagly.
Yep.
I love the eagle.
That's our boy D.
In the first episode where he walks up and he hugs him. He's like, even John Cena can't believe. He's like,
get a photo, Dad.
Somebody take a picture of this.
Yeah. Yeah. So right on. Thank you, Steven. Joe, what did you think?
I actually liked Suicide Squad, but I thought it's DC, right? So it's a little out there. I mean, all of comics are kind of out there, right, on purpose. So I didn't have any expectations for the show. Went into it, started watching it, and I was hooked right away. My favorite character is just Vigilante.
He's so good.
He's so good. He's so odd, and like odd.
He's a fan of Peacemaker.
Odd doesn't even describe who his character. It's just so far out there and far removed. But the interaction between him and John Cena is just so good, man. I would keep it for sure. I'm looking forward to more of the Peacemaker. Yeah, loved it.
Right on. Well, thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Raimi.
Yeah, so
give it to me.
I enjoyed it. I will admit it's going to be a struggle to keep up with it. If something can't be watched by everyone in the house, then it doesn't get watched at all in my house. Because and everybody, I say that, and everybody's like, "Oh, you put the kids to bed, and then watch." No, by the time the kids go to bed, we're ready to go to bed too.
You're in bed, right?
So, understandable.
It doesn't always work in our favor. But what I've seen was good. And here's what I would say: DC has not done a good job of like world building with multiple characters and intertwining.
Easy.
Intertwining the stories. I like all the Batman stuff just because I'm a Batman fan. But
he's the best one.
Other than Wonder Woman, which I like the current Wonder Woman films, but they haven't been hitting it out. Now I feel like with the Suicide Squad, they've started to kind of break that because they've got these characters now that they could start to tell individual stories, like with Peacemaker, and start to interweave things. They could build a whole little like DC verse around the Suicide Squad and never touch any of the heroes.
Right.
And I think they could. That might actually have a formula for something successful there.
I can't wait for 3
for
movies on
Raimi?
Polka Dot Man. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing.
Well, if you watch Suicide Squad, he dies in that movie. So, I mean, you got to check it out.
Who cares his backstory? I mean, I'm so curious.
But
about
Raimi,
Polka Dot
also
Man.
spoiler, Raimi, the Justice League does show up in Peacemaker.
Okay, I just haven't made it.
In the last episode.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the last episode, so you'd have to get through a bunch. But
Are
they're
they
there.
Is it played by the actors that
You'll
we've
see.
seen, or
You'll see.
I'm not. It's going to take me forever.
He won't. He won't. Yeah.
Skip to the end.
Skip to the end. The last episode's really good, and it's not as it's more kid friendly in the
If
sense.
that doesn't sum it up for you, don't know what
It
else
is not kid friendly.
Skip to the end.
more so
Just
than
watch
like
the end.
others. No. Just so you can see the Justice League, not for any other reason. Because he mentioned them.
But don't even watch that scene with your kids, because there's stuff that's said that should not be heard.
Yeah. Watch it on your phone on the toilet or something.
So it's funny. Like every once in a while, so my kids do acting and stuff, and they'll have to audition for things, and like every once in a while they'll get a script, and it involves like the kid cussing out the mom or something like that, and man, the kids are more uncomfortable about filming that stuff than because they're like.
You mean the parents?
No, the kids are the ones that are uncomfortable about filming it because, like,
You've done your job.
We'll film an audition tape or something like that, and I'm outside or in my office or whatever, and I'll hear like the kids yelling and screaming. I'm like, what the heck? They're just doing an audition. But
They're auditioning.
like sometimes they'll have to yell at the top of their lungs, words that we would not normally let them be saying, and you can tell the kids are not comfortable. Like, look, the older ones when I'm not around or when we're not around. I don't. Who knows what they say to their friends and stuff. But put them in a situation where they've got to like yell that to their mother. Yeah,
Professionally.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And
The script says, Dad. The script says, I got to call you that.
So
I'm getting paid to do this.
They've heard all these words. They've had to say them and stuff. But it's still weird.
Well, right on. So I'm gonna go right to Crosshair. Thank you, Raimi, for your,
I would say
your words.
Save it to the hard drive. I had from what I've seen.
Right on.
It looks like it's good.
Yeah. Okay. I think you would like it if you could watch it throughout.
You got to choose a bad one here one of these weeks, John.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to, man.
My
Shoot.
hard drive's
Let's see
getting
what
full.
Brian. Let's see what Brian has to say.
This is one.
We got
This
1
is
terabyte.
So I know you can save it or keep it or whatnot. I watched like 3 episodes of it. Number one, I am not a fan of DC stuff, with the exception of Batman and Superman, which, those are the 2 best characters they have.
But you need to watch stuff sometimes outside the box and not necessarily think this is DC. Just watch the show and enjoy what these characters are going through. Maybe you can relate to some of them, or at least get a laugh out of the show.
Christian
not necessarily think this is DC.
Christian Bale is my Batman.
Sure.
Ben Affleck is beautiful babies, swingers, beautiful babies. Come on, beautiful babies. He's not Batman. Number 1. Number 2, Suicide Squad was complete garbage. Polka Dot Man.
Wait.
The Rat. No. You listen. This is my time. My time. Okay.
I just wanted to specify that you're talking about the 2021 film that's directed by James Gunn.
The Suicide Squad.
Because there was one.
If you remake garbage over and over again, it doesn't make it better. They tried to be Marvel. They tried to go from A to Z without all the steps in between. Do you need to see a 2-movie series on the Rat Dude?
Is that available on HBO Max?
Do you want to see that?
Is it? They haven't made that. That's not.
Do
what
you
want to
see?
About.
He survived.
There's
She's survived.
Iron Man 1,
Or
2,
she
3.
survived, sorry.
There's
Hey, dude, Tony
Ant-Man,
Stark died.
1,
You got to get
2.
over that. Tony Stark's
There's
gone.
Thor 1, 2.
Thor talks to his hammer. Deal with it.
Disregard the last one. You know what I'm saying?
Doctor
though?
Strange has
You know what
3
I'm saying?
eyes. Okay,
Are you looking?
That's
Are
how
you
it
looking
is.
forward to a Polka Dot Man origin story? Is that what you're waiting for?
Those that
You know
are
what?
listening,
Well,
this is normal.
Are you
for
waiting
us.
for that?
Crosshair,
hold on. So,
Crosshair and Hunter.
Let me go back. Let me stop and go back. Peacemaker. I actually thought he was one of the better characters in that movie, and I watched the show, and it's cool. For me, it felt like it was a mix of The Boys and Deadpool. And The Boys, I watched like the first couple seasons, and it just, with what Raimi said too, like it's one of those like, oh, we gotta wait till the kids are in bed so we can watch it. It's just a little over the top. It's just a little too. Some of the humor
gory.
is just a little. I don't even mind gory, right? Because like Deadpool gory doesn't like bother me, but like it's just a little like
The humor.
some of the humor stuff is just a little like disturbing. I don't even like saying dark.
Sure.
I like saying disturbing. Like it doesn't resonate
That's
with
the
me.
best part.
It felt like it was Deadpool and The Boys. That's literally like how I felt, and I just didn't connect with Peacemaker. He's just kind of whack, like whatever. Like it's
so
a
over the
DC
top.
character.
It's hilarious.
They're whack. I'm sorry.
I think you're just very biased. And at this point, you've got no franchise because you crapped on Marvel, you crapped on DC. Star Wars is hanging on by a thread. So I mean, your days are numbered, buddy.
So we haven't gotten to Marvel yet. We haven't really talked about it publicly.
Well, we're not going to this time. So keep those thoughts for
there you go.
a different.
But so
yeah.
here's what I would say. Just like I said, if you tell me when you're ready for a backstory origin movie on the rat guy, the polka dot man, you can
But that's
understand.
that's not what they went for, dude.
You can understand.
We
why
got
you wanna
Peacemaker.
watch
There were
Peacemaker.
like 20 people in that film. We
There you
got
go.
one.
There you go.
Hey,
Give me the giant
and you liked
starfish.
it.
I'll take that.
He's dead. The starfish is gone.
Trash. That thing's getting deleted right away. I need that 3 gigs off my.
Wow.
So Brian, you're
All
not
right,
gonna.
so
you're not
4
gonna,
out of 5.
You're not gonna print a giant starfish, are you?
Absolutely.
Dude.
Unless I want to throw
Hold
it in
up,
the
hold up, hold up. Do you guys follow PR Props on Instagram?
I probably do. Let me see.
PR Props.
I do.
The guy's from Puerto Rico.
Actually,
I think
I
he
do.
lives in the U.S. now, somewhere else in mainland U.S. now. He made the star face
Starro?
masks thing, but the ones that go on your face.
It's
that you
beautiful.
see
He
the
did a
people
great
with.
job.
Yeah.
Character's
Okay.
still
So you know what I'm
trash.
talking about. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to say he did a really good job on those, and they look
It
really
is.
good.
It's actually really.
even
really
though
cool.
Brian doesn't like them. or
Shout out to
anything.
PR
Yeah.
Props for having an amazing building skill of a
Yeah, it looks
crappy
really good.
character.
It looks just like the film. Anyway, thank you, Brian. I appreciate your opinion.
And
Even
everyone
though,
can trash me in the comments. That was in the comics. It was like cool. Doesn't mean it
Yeah.
was good.
I'm gonna follow him now. I'm not following him, but I'm gonna follow him now.
Dude, yeah.
Me too. I'm gonna
He's
follow him
very
too right
talented.
now.
Very talented. Yeah. But there it is.
Brian, make that.
Brian, enjoy that Star the Destroyer, or whatever they call him in that film. But right on. Thank you. So, Steven, take it away.